So I just wanted to re-explain what I was explaining in the last video since it got cut out. When I hit Control I or Command I, um, it's switching, it inverts the image. So it's kind of like a black and white negative, in photography when you're actually using film. It's like the opposite. Your teeth look black in the negative, and then when you print it, they're white. And so it's it's the inverse of the image. Like the opposite of blue is going to be orange. So in the negative, the orange in your picture is going to be blue, but then when you print it, it's going to be orange. So that's handy for selections. So what I was just doing was with the layer mask thumbnail selected, then I did Control I or Command I, and it switched which part in the layer mask it switched what was revealed and what was hidden around, and I can keep switching it back and forth. And you can do it on a regular image too. For example, if I go to my sofa layer and I go Control I, it inverts the colors. Wow, interesting. And you can hit Control I to get it back too. Interesting. It's kind of like a very light orange, I guess. um, what else? I want to go back to my layer mask and invert it again. So it's just the couch. Oh yes, and then you can also change the opacity of each individual layer. For example, if I think that the this layer, the adjustment layer is too vibrant, I can lower it to, for example, 50%. So if you look here, the couch is not as blue as before. So maybe it's more believable. For example, if you were adjusting your eyes and you wanted them to be brighter, like a more vibrant blue, but then you realize later that it's a little unrealistic, you want to make it more believable, then you can always lower the opacity if it's on an adjustment layer. So that's nice to be able to have that control. And if you don't like it at all, you can always throw it away. Like I said, just hit delete on your keyboard and the adjustment layer is gone. And I just went Control Z again because I want it. I like it. And you can make different adjustment layers for each layer. Just be aware that because it's a layer, it matters where it is in your stack here. Because if you bring it all the way to the bottom, like for example, if I drag that layer behind the couch, it can't affect the couch because it's behind the couch. I have to make sure that that adjustment layer is at least in front of the couch because that's what I want it to affect. And then if you don't want it to affect the whole image again, you need to make sure that in the layer masking thumbnail, the parts that you don't want to be affected are masked out, meaning they're black. I hope that makes sense. But if you guys have any questions about layer masks, then please feel free to ask me, or adjustment layers. And there's so many adjustment layers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, 17 choices. So have fun with that. One adjustment layer I want to get into is the levels, because it's very important. It's kind of like a key one that you would use for every image. Levels, it has to do with tone. Here I've opened up the properties panel just by double clicking on it, or did I single click? I don't know. Let me try that again. I have to know. Just single click. Okay, and then there's these little sliders, and this one here is for highlights, the white one, and it adjusts the highlights. And the one on the left, all the way at the left, is for shadows. It increases shadows. So if I want some more tone in my room, I can do that. And then also adjust the midtones. So let's see. I think there's also auto. We can try auto adjust. Supposedly auto's working really well in CS6. I don't know. Not in this case, maybe. Wow, interesting. It came up with a lot of layers. I wonder why. See, maybe I clicked it too many times. Okay, that's probably what's going on. I'm gonna delete. I guess every time I've clicked it, I double clicked, then I made 2 level adjustment layers. So that's good to know. Anyway, experiment with it.